What's up, you guys? If you guys are new here, welcome to my channel. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back. It means a lot to me, and I appreciate you for even coming back here and seeing this wonderful face. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So today I'm going to be talking about how comparison is ruining your life. Very straightforward. It's literally driving you nuts because you keep comparing yourself to things, to places, to people. Now, comparing yourself is really normal, and it's something that we all do subconsciously, so it shouldn't be like a bad thing that we compare ourselves, but it is when you compare yourself to things and you like put yourself down and you just basically devalue yourself because of maybe someone has something that you don't have, and so you start to compare yourself to that. And that's not healthy. That's actually a bad habit that I know a lot of us do. Me speaking personally, I do that. It's just not really overall good, you know, when you are just putting yourself down and comparing yourself to other individuals, you know. I know for me personally, when I was younger, I definitely struggled with this very often. I would always compare myself to people. I remember when back to school start, I would kind of get jealous or like envy people that had like the nice clothes and the new Jordans that just came out, and I would get jealous, and then I would compare their items to my items because I didn't have it, you know. And it didn't help as well because a lot of the adults at the time in my family would compare me to my other cousins that were, you know, near my age, and be like, how come such and such is doing here and you're down here? Or how come such and such is going through this and you're going through this? Like, it will always be a comparison, which didn't really help growing up. So when social media came around, I would say it kind of got worse because I was really comparing myself to individuals online and really kind of taking in that that's their life. Like their life, they're traveling, they got all this nice expensive stuff, like they're living life, you know. Here I am sitting here lonely, nothing going on for myself. It just really didn't help. I did do a video on a 6-month social media break. If you guys haven't already, make sure you guys go ahead and check that out. I really go more in depth on having that 6-month break and really giving yourself time to just not go on social media and to just detox yourself from these social media platforms. And it was the best thing for me, honestly. When you go on social media, you're seeing a glimpse of someone's life. So they're not gonna go ahead and post they're brushing their teeth, or you know, they're having a bad day or something like that, and they're gonna post the best outfit of the day. They're gonna post the best place they've been to. Like, they're not gonna really post their day-to-day life. So I think when I realized that, that really kind of helped me a little bit, because I had this persona of, you know, everyone was just traveling and being rich and just having all types of nice fancy stuff. And I think once you realize that that's just like a persona and it's not day-to-day life, I think that really helps you as well. So go ahead and check that out if you guys haven't already. One thing that really helps me when I start getting in this mood of comparing myself to people or things is really being aware when I'm doing it. So sometimes we don't even notice when we like compare ourselves to someone because we just subconsciously just do it often, you know what I'm saying? So being aware and finding out when you're doing it is a important thing, because that way you can kind of, you know, at least handle it when you start getting in that mindset. Once I realize that I'm like comparing myself, I mentally am like kind of like stopping myself, like, hey, you know, don't do that. Why are you comparing yourself to the nice elite college that they went to, or, you know, the nice car that they have? You know, don't. It's like I kind of subconsciously, it's like having a battle fight in my head when I do that sometimes. But it does help me because I don't notice that I'm doing it, you know, until like I actually alert myself, like, wait, I'm comparing myself to this person. And to really just be honest, I think that a lot of us do take things for granted. You know, when I sometimes get in that mindset as well, I have to kind of think to myself, I'm very blessed. I have clothes on my back, to have a roof over my head, you know, to be able to eat food, you know. In some other parts of the world, a lot of people don't have those type of things. So I do feel like, you know, we do take things for granted when we are in that comparison mindset. So usually when I think about that, it really helps me, kind of just reminds me to be thankful for the things I have and not the things that I don't have, you know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying like you should feel bad to wanting to better yourself. That's not a bad thing at all. You know, we all want to better ourselves, but you don't need to put yourself down because you don't have those sort of things, you know. Like, it's just it doesn't do anything, you know what I'm saying? And really telling yourself, even though I don't have these things, or you may feel like it's miles away, you're still doing the best you can do, you know. I mean, you still have made it so far. So usually I just kind of reflect my past self and just kind of think of how far I came along, and you know, better myself every day, and I don't even notice it, you know. Another thing, going back to what I said earlier, how I would kind of envy people that had things that I didn't have. Sometimes we criticize others to like make ourselves feel better about ourselves. So for example, let's say someone, I don't know, just got a new car, and you might say, oh, you think you're all that because you got that new car. And they're like, what? I'm just happy to, you know, get a new car. I want to get a new car. And so that's kind of subconsciously, you're in a way jealous, and you're maybe comparing yourself to them as well, because that's something that you want. You want a new car. Maybe you want that exact car. So you start kind of putting them down to make yourself feel better. And that's like a very toxic thing to do. I know I have did that in the past. I don't do that anymore, first off, and I know a lot of other people still do that, and it's just not really a good habit to have, to put someone else down to make yourself feel better because you're maybe jealous of them, or you know, just trying to make yourself feel better, you know. And it's just not going to really lead to nothing good. So the right thing would be to obviously celebrate with them, congratulate them, you know what I'm saying, and think to yourself subconsciously that, hey, you know, my time will come. This is their moment right now, so I'm not even gonna go ahead and compare myself to them. You know, my time will come whenever it comes. That's when it comes, you know, but this is their time right now. So really what you should do is just focus on the journey. Focus on you. Focus on you. Like, you know, life is not a competition. I know a lot of us know life isn't a competition, but when we compare ourselves to individuals, we think of it like a competition, you know. But I think once you start realizing that we're all on our own journey, we're all trying to better ourselves, the journey has nothing to do with what a person has, what are they doing with their life. Like, it should just be a clear focus on your own lane, and you should be focusing on that. To me, that helps me to kind of reassurance myself when I get in that mindset of comparing myself, because we all do it. I'm not gonna say not compare yourself, because it isn't a bad thing. It isn't bad to compare yourself, but like I said, it's bad to compare yourself and then put yourself down. So instead, look at it as, if you're comparing yourself, look at it as motivation to better yourself instead of putting yourself down, or worse, putting them down. For example, let's say you're at the gym and you look at someone and they're obviously really in good shape. That's something that you thrive to be. Instead of looking at it, oh, I'm not in shape, I'm lazy, or you know, they're just way better than me, look at it as like motivation to maybe push yourself to better yourself, instead of, you know, put yourself down. You always want what others have. You will never have enough. You will always want more. You will always want more of something, you know? And it's just kind of like a repeated cycle, a never-ending repeated cycle. And it really just won't lead to happiness at all, you know? So instead of comparing yourself, look how far you have came, look how far you achieved, and you know, look at yourself in the past. I always say compare yourself to the past. Now that can go, you know, that can go either direction, but usually judging yourself from the past and then looking at yourself now really kind of makes you reevaluate how much you achieved, how much you went through, you know. But hopefully this video was helpful to you. I know this is something that I do often with comparing myself. I still do it, but I subconsciously, like I said, tell myself this, and it's really just kind of helps me a lot when I'm in that kind of mood. If this video was helpful, make sure you guys do like this video, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys on my next video. Make sure y'all stay blessed out there. And that's about it. Peace.